It looks good, man. Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, man.
Damn.
Chilling out here.
Oh, bless. No. It's good. It's good, actually. It's cool. Cool. All right. Ready? Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hello, welcome to another episode of Buckle Up, the lockdown series. Obviously, with the COVID-19 situation that's happening, usually I have my guest with me right beside me, and we're driving, across the streets of Dubai or whatever country I'm at. Mainly it's Dubai. Hopefully we'll go international, inshallah, soon. But peace and blessings. Yeah, I decided to start this, and via Zoom, we're able to do these kind of talks. And man, oh man, Big Size in the building, man. Assalamu alaikum, bro. How are you?
Salam, bro. How's everything, man? Chilling out here.
Yo, man, peace and blessings to you. Actually, there's, two reasons why I wanted to get you on here. First of all, I personally, as Hassan, want to get to know you even more. And second of all, I want to thank you for being really an amazing, incredible, artist that we have. Someone who's really unique. So it's a combination of both, man. Are you ready to buckle up?
For sure, bro. Ron.
I want you to do that move as if you're strapping. We're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Okay. Sizer, name and everything. Tell me, you're Amman. It says Amman, Dubai, London in your bio. You originally, do you have Syrian roots? Am I right?
Do I have what?
Do you have Syrian roots?
Yeah, bro. Like all over the place. Like,
where are you from?
Half Syrian.
Okay.
My dad's half Syrian, half Jordanian. My mom's British. Grew up in the UK for like the first 10 years of my life. Now I was living in the lane for like maybe the past 9 years. Now I'm back. I lived in Dubai for a bit. I worked out there, type of stuff. I'm back in the UK studying, man, all over the place now for real.
And sure. How was it? Like, how did kind of the music get to you? How old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 19 now, about to turn 20 soon.
Mashallah, you're 19. I've been here myself for the past 4 years and a half. I've known of you for the past couple of years when you graciously, honored me with the Beat DXB Volume 2. You DJ'd at that point. And, I wish I just put you on a stage, man. I was like, yo, he DJing. But, the bars is... Anyway, so how did you get into music? Because you're a DJ, obviously a producer and also a rapper. But how did music come to your life?
Let me think. I think since I was young, I was always the kid in school who could rap the whole song, that type of stuff. But
was it mainly rap always? Like you fell in love with rap?
Yeah, when I first started listening to music, it was mostly rap. That type of stuff. I was like a massive Wayne fan, all this stuff. But yeah, I think the way I started making music was I got really into EDM and house music and dubstep and that type of stuff. And then I started to DJ. I remember DJing on my phone, right? Like the app, I don't know, putting up mixes and stuff. Then I got my decks and everything. I was doing proms and all that stuff. Then I tried to make my own electronic music. But since, I don't know if that was for me, because that slowly turned from trying to make house music, the EDM, big room, that type of stuff, into more trap beats and things like that, and eventually starting just to make beats
Was that in the UK or here when you were trying all these things?
I would say, I think I started when I was 15.
Man. And when you speak rap, okay, you mentioned Lil Wayne. Is he a big influence, for you?
I think the first proper American I was into 100% was Wayne, for sure. And I know you might have different things, but I think he's the...
No, it's interesting. I was actually going to say that because a couple of weeks ago, I went on Twitter and said, I'm not really a big fan of Wayne. And I mean, okay, I get it. And actually got a lot of MCs who I really, really respect and love. They said, listen, regardless of whether you like his music, he was able to really break a lot of things. And that opened my eyes, I'm not a big fan of maybe the subjects he speaks about. I don't know, but that's, it's a taste thing. But I
think it's quality in different ways. It's the punchlines and maybe the wordplay and the flows and that type of stuff, and the way he's... I think in terms of influence, he's probably one of the most influential rappers that have influenced this generation for sure.
I gotta ask you, as someone who obviously lived in the UK as well, grime for you, because a lot of people now use grime and they say, okay, it is, you know, it is a movement. But what's the difference between grime, like, and hip hop, in your opinion? Or like, you know, is there a difference first of all? Or what's the?
I don't know. I think we have, like, especially out here, when I talk to a lot of people, there's kind of a misconception that everything rap related from the UK is called grime, which maybe that's a good point to start. It's wrong, like 100%. I think grime is more of like a genre, and it's, even though people do, you know, use it to encompass a lot of UK stuff, it is pretty like down the middle. Grime is like 140 BPM, kind of evolved out of like dubstep, the drums fill in different pockets, all that type of stuff, more like fast, hard hitting, like aggressive music. But then on the other side, I think now we have drill music. You're hearing a lot of it. Yeah. Which I guess started in Chicago, but UK made it like more popular and this like more modern sound. Then there's UK rap, like people like Gigs, all that stuff. And I wouldn't say it's all grime, but like grime is different to hip hop. I guess it is still rap music, but it is its own sound. You know what I mean? Sure. Yeah.
Did you follow that Wiley Stormzy kind of beef?
Yeah, that was wild, man. I think Wiley's losing his head a bit for sure. Yeah. But he's one of the ones you need to pay homage to, because he really, like, they call him the godfather of grime. I think he started it like himself, you know, with a few others. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about you now. So, a producer, DJ, rapper. Is there an order that we can set? Like, well, what's the order? Is it DJ, producer, rap? What is it like? I think right now it's probably rapper, producer, and then DJ.
Nice.
I mean, a few years ago it was the other way around completely, for sure.
What was it?
Well, at one point it was definitely DJ, producer, and then rapper. Maybe one point it was producer, then DJ, then rapper. I'm not sure, but yeah, right now definitely rapper first.
If you take a look at your YouTube page, it seems that in the first 3 years you were doing a lot of production. Correct me if I'm wrong. When did you actually drop your first kind of, you know, rap single?
I don't think it was a big release. It was more like I got my mic and I was messing with it, trying to like make something happen. I wasn't crazy with it. So yeah, it was just like me and a couple friends.
Was it Boring? Was the song called Boring? No.
I don't know if it's even up there anymore, but it was around the time of Boring, I think. So yeah.
Man, everyone I talk to, and when we mention obviously your name, there's kind of one action synonym to that. It's like, you know, hard worker, really talented. You're really young. How do you, I hate asking the question is like, how do you see the music scene in Dubai and stuff like that? I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying, who like over here in terms of the movement, because I see a lot of circles over here, right? There's people that support this, there's people that support that. And I, for one, I'm trying to see like the overlook of everybody. And it's interesting to see that there's so many artists that, you know, could be, you know, just doing their thing for fun, but there's so many artists that are really dedicated to their craft. And there's the betweens. When you're doing music here, what is some sort of your kind of, you know, goal? And do you see yourself, you know, staying in Dubai, for example, and making it from here, since you have, of course, the ability to go to the UK?
I think, I don't know, right? It's a really like uncertain time for me, myself, because I'm still going about life like someone my age who isn't doing music, you know what I mean? Like I was doing my uni stuff.
Do you love music, man?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
You love it.
It takes off all my free time, for sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What were you going to say?
No, I was saying that, you know, you're studying, obviously. What are you studying?
Studying marketing.
Whoa, that will help you a lot in music. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but about Dubai, all this stuff, like, I mean, it is like a pretty stereotypical question. I think maybe I always say this, but I'm not sure. I think maybe we've hit the ceiling in terms of like underground supporters and all that stuff, like especially in the city itself. And I don't see how like too many new people getting into all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? It's more like friends showing friends, all that thing. But yeah, sometimes a bit like disheartened, all this stuff. I'm sure I get a lot of love from like everyone, but I don't think there's enough people who just support. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, I was just talking about this. I think it's very interesting coming from you. I'm very, very vocal about it. I don't know how that people will see it. It's the same people in the same events. We're not gonna grow if we're gonna keep sharing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying we're not really making an impact. And when I say that, it's kind of weird because I remember one time, I don't know which event was it, man. It was like a lot of people, and they're all so-called what we call this young rap movement, if you want to call it trap, grime, whatever you want to call it. You guys did your own event, and I don't know, it was in a Circal, I'm not sure where it was.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, all these young guys, like it's crazy, and they're like friends, and how many, like 250 people, like, whoa, that's a good, you know, you have a good support system that maybe people like my age would look at it like, I don't understand what's going on there. Like, yo, but I respect it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But if we're looking at the bigger picture, is 250 people enough? You know what I mean? And it, like, those are crazy times. Those are like crazy shows you put on. But that's not just like a show, you know, like those are the same people who are supporting the thing, you know what I mean? If there were more people around that who, I'm not sure, like, obviously there are, but if there were way more people around that supporting the whole scene and everything, then it would be a different story. Yeah. But as of right now, I think it's, and especially for someone who kind of has like an alternative sound to a lot of the people doing like trap music and all this stuff out here.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of hard to like resonate with people who I think come from a more similar background to other people who are doing the same type of music. You know what I mean?
Speaking about being resonant, like what is it that you write about? What is it that you're trying to tackle as a 19-year-old who's, you know, obviously having different cultural background?
I think
is that cultural background even reflected in your music in the way, or?
I think for sure it is. Even the language I use, that type of stuff. I think right now it's more like an identity crisis for myself. You know, always being the Muslim, the Arab kid when I'm in the UK, but always being the white kid when I'm in Jordan. You know what I mean? So, but also
and over here is the rapper that speaks English.
Yeah, kind of rap about stuff that I see in like my daily life, stuff that I go through, like friends and all that type of things that I've seen. You know, obviously rap like my big ego stuff, that type of like big chest things. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always been music first rather than lyrics.
Interesting.
I think that probably comes from me starting as a producer and a DJ. So I'm more like about making something that sounds hard or that type of thing rather than maybe a deeper message.
What sort of feedback are you getting from the young fans, like from your fans who are obviously the same, you know, some of the fans are the same age?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it only what you just said right now? They just like, you know, fuck with the music? Is that the, or is it even?
I mean, it goes deeper than that. Like there is a lot of, like the circle around me, I think they really believe, they really like the stuff I'm putting out. I've gotten crazy compliments from people about like our best idea to do it, that type of stuff, especially like for my age, different sound and that type of thing. But I think that they're liking it, man. I think they like the more hard, like gritty, that type of thing, rather than if I would put out a more chill, like laid back song.
Man, I personally really enjoyed Speed. For real.
Yeah, that was really good.
What's Speed about? And big up to the video as well. I don't know. It's a collection, obviously, but man, this is I like it a lot. How long did it take you to write Speed?
Speed. I think the hook is really simple. Obviously, it's like a one-word thing. But I think more time went into the whole production around it. Like I had the beat, right?
Yeah.
But the vocal effects and the extra effects that I added and mixing all Baron's vocals and my own and all that different type of stuff, I think that took way longer than the lyrics themselves on that one, for sure.
Yeah. You're on...
if you hear it, there's a lot going on.
You're on Spotify, right?
Song. Yeah, on Spotify too.
I'm sharing my screen right here. I'm trying to look for you. Help me out.
If you just search Sizer.
Sorry?
Just Sizer.
Yeah, just doing that here. Yes, that's you. How is streaming like going? I just want to hear a little bit of speed right now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
That's, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Man.
Isn't it something that you would remember if... Isn't it something that I would remember that?
Yeah.
In real way. That guy right there.
That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that was you.
Speed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Survive, ladies and gentlemen. Speed. Go check it out.
My throat, my bro's by my side and he's wearing a vest. I get my new to my car, tell her go hit the shop so that I see you gon' dress to impress. Ha, rolling off this shit that I take. Brumtown, cold nights. I see that pig get cooked like big. Shake, wallahi. Yeah, the man know that I don't rate them. Playing games and...
Man, oh man. How is the reaction from Speed so far, from like, you know, friends and family?
Bro, they really like it. Like it's I feel like it would be a great song to do live as well. And people have been saying the same thing. Like it would just bang on the speakers. But I mean, right now the time's on the line for that. You know what I mean?
Man, listen. Your top 5 MCs that are alive. Go.
Just like that, just
comes out of nowhere. Yeah, man. You know, because I believe that this is kind of a stupid question, but at the same time, it's a question where you change the answer every single day. And I kind of, you know, today, May 4th, 12 a.m., whatever it is right now, just you know how you feel about it. Could be different tomorrow. So don't really take it seriously. Just right now, who are your 5 MCs that you kind of really mess with, inspired you, you like their delivery, your flow, whatever it is?
As of right now, I wouldn't say they're the greatest of all time, and I hate to not put too much, you know, like love to the older generation, but I don't listen to that much stuff, you know what I mean? So I think probably there's, in terms of bars, it's probably like, it's not in order anyway, I can't put them in order. But as we talked about Lil Wayne before, like I grew up on Wayne, that type of stuff. Skepta as well. Craziest, like to do it for real.
You ever met Skepta by any chance?
Yeah, I met him at buckleupdxb, like we quickly dapped up, no pictures, nothing, kept it moving, you know what I mean?
Nice.
But probably after that, JME, who's Skepta's brother. Yeah. But he's like crazy spitter, like just straight, he's a real grime MC, like he really makes grime music. Man. These days I'm also watching for, let me think. I think people like Heady One. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he does drill music. So,
Heady One?
Yeah. Headie. Headie.
Yeah.
ONE. But space.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me think. Who else? Number 4.
Yeah, it's always the 4th and the 5th one.
Wait, no. I just need one more then.
It's kind of interesting. Like you're 19. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. If you ask me, you know, I put names like the Rakims, the
for sure.
Nas, you know, the Biggie, Tupac, the Black Thought, in my opinion, is definitely one of the most underrated.
I think for me, it also comes from like being more into the sound rather than like I hate to say the message and the lyrics and stuff like that. But I think for me, definitely the sound comes first. Yeah. And these are people who I think their music sounds like really hard. You know what I mean?
What do you think about Stormzy? Do you think that he was able to push grime really, like in a level really outside? Because I know that Stormzy went to like Hot 97 and he was walking in the streets of New York, and not a lot of people really noticed him. That was like last year. So America feels like it's a different. He's
I mean, America's hard to break through unless you're like an American. You know what I mean? But I would say, I don't know, they're not as accepting to like outside sounds unless they come from that sound themselves. Like obviously Spanish stuff can resonate in the Spanish communities there, and, that type of thing. But
is Stormzy the best rapper in Britain right now? Is that a fact or
best rapper? He's one of my favorites for sure.
Okay.
And
You wouldn't
his
answer that.
albums are crazy, like 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Man.
What
But
about,
like, he doesn't just do grime,
Yeah.
like he's pushed it forwards.
Of course,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I hear you. Like gospel a little bit here and there. Very, very incredible with his videos as well. Tayyip, man, regarding UAE artists and Dubai rap, how do you see it, man? Like in terms of like, again, I'm not asking you because you're young, you're 19, you've been in the scene, right, you know, for let's say a couple of 3 years, in terms of like, you know, dropping songs here and there. So it's not really fair for me to come here and say, what do you think about it? Because I really think, and that's a question I really felt, you know, it's wrong for that question really to ask, because no matter what, like, you know, you're still discovering the scene. What I'm trying to say is that who are the rappers that are, you know, that over here, if people are tuning into this right now, who are the rappers? Because I follow certain rappers, right? And maybe the rappers that you would say right now, I don't even maybe know, you'd give them also a highlight. Who are the rappers that we need to listen to in Dubai other than Big Sizer?
I would listen to Tak, man. Tak,
yeah.
Gabby, Seki, like my boys, like Love Hill, all of those
that's
guys.
a whole movement. That's what I've been saying about the movement. Like it's a whole lineup. This is like a festival waiting to happen.
Like of like friends and stuff, but also the producers out here are going crazy as well, man. Like, I don't know if you know, but there's certain producers who make a lot of the beats that you hear out of the city for sure. Like guys like Control, Nile, or like different guys, man. Making crazy stuff. It's crazy to see everyone improving a lot. Because I remember when I started 3 years ago, okay, I wasn't great, but nobody else was that great in this like underground scene type of thing. But to see the producers come far, like, definitely pushes everyone else a lot more.
What makes you mad, bro? What pisses you off?
Let me think. I'm not sure. I think it's more of people kind of like putting me in the box of not just an artist, right? They're kind of like, oh, he does grime music. He's he makes like, he's like, oh, from the UK, blah, blah. That's the whole like cloud over my head, which I think I've broken in the stuff that I make. Of course, those are my roots, but that kind of like whole stereotypical thing isn't put on top of everyone else's head based where they're from. And I don't know if it's the accent or if it's something
It's definitely
else.
stereotypical, bro. Because if you look at it, like it's anyone from the UK, khalas, it's under grime. He's a rapper like that.
And everyone else from anywhere else in the scene can rap in what any American accent they want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then
do you think, and this is my final question, do you think it's possible for an artist, a rapper, a singer that is originally Arab performing in English to make it out of here? And a yes or no kind of thing. Like, are we equipped with the ecosystem to help support that? Because when it comes to Arabic music, there's a lot of events, there's a lot of, TV stations, there's a lot of radio stations that would support that, even if it's an upcoming, you know what I mean? Even if, especially if they do Khaliji hip hop or Khaliji, singer pop. But if you're Arab, like you're originally obviously Syrian, you got, obviously Jordanian background, you're Arabi, but obviously you have this third culture kid going on, and you have this, international thing going on. But again, you're at the end of the day Arab. You are in an Arab city. Do you think you're gonna make it out of here, or it would require you to go outside and make it?
I think the internet can make you do anything, but I think we need to grow a bigger fan base around here. And the thing is that there is the money here, there are the labels here and all this stuff. I don't know if someone needs to pitch them, or they're not listening to the younger talent in the city, or what's happening with that. But
they don't care, bro.
They don't care. People, man.
They don't care. Like, man, if you speak to the Spotify's right now, they would say, listen, yeah, that's amazing. But also, especially Spotify here, they're focused about Arabic content. I'm not saying that they're not going to support. They showed love, but they're focused about Arabic content. So you as Big Sizer, you need to connect with Spotify International, because this is where they can put you on those, playlists and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. But then that's a problem, because everyone else has their own thing in their region, in their city. You start with your city, then you have all the people there supporting you. You go to the next bigger place. Obviously, it expands that way. But if we can't get enough support to push it out of the city, then how come you go anywhere unless you do it by yourself through other means, like I don't know, videos, promotion, that type of stuff. And
in terms of body of work for you, am I right to say that you have one album, Mayhem?
Yeah, I think I'd say it's more like a mixtape or a project. I'd make an album more like a release, but for sure, I have one I released in December. Yeah,
that was in December. That had 10 songs.
I think so, yeah.
And what are you currently working on? What can we expect from Sizer? Let's say this drops like in a couple of days. What can we expect for the remainder of the year?
I'd say there's an EP coming really soon.
Oh, okay. Tell us the juice, bro.
You know, like 4 songs, man, after Ramadan, like drop something. I'm starting a lot of stuff, right? A lot of
Why do people sit on a lot of stuff? I have every single artist. I was just talking to Mo Flow. He's like, I have a lot of, I know it's Ramadan, but it's like, what is it with artists and not procrastination, like just sitting, like how many songs you got on your hard disk? Bro, I have like 50 songs. Man, you know? What is it?
I think for me, it's when I make a song, I don't always finish it the first time, right? And then I make the next one and I make the next one. And even the songs I have finished, I think of the stuff I'm making is way better than the stuff I was making when I made that song.
Of course, bro. That will always happen, man. That will always happen.
Yeah,
but we deserve to know. We deserve to see everything that Adam thinks. You can't always drop your best. That sounded bad. I hear you, and I respect artists like that. But man, just you never know who will fall in love. So an EP coming up soon. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of singles with people out here, like me and Saud have one coming.
So
yeah, man.
Whoa,
it's crazy. That one's one of my favorites.
That's dope. Okay, oh my god.
Different producers, different rappers out here, just like making music, man. Producing different.
What are your thoughts on
I went to
Cairo?
Oh, it's crazy, man. Me and him were like, I support him so much, bro. He's showing a lot of love as well, so it's really cool. I love to see like the stuff he does, like top quality.
Yeah, mashallah alayhi, man. Wallahi, man, look, at the end, I just want to say to everybody listening to this, it's really kind of incredible. We need to support, even the Arabs that are doing English music that is really sounding very, let's say, Western, right? Because, when I say that, meaning I'm very vocal about the Arab hip hop, man, movement. We have an amazing, incredible movement that is, Arabic and a lot of sampling of, because we have amazing heritage, man, as Arabs, like Syria, Iraq, Palestine, Hijaz, there's Sudan. If you look at Sudan right now, what they're doing, bro, in Sudan, I think Sudan is incredible. And they're an amazing example of how to use that Sudanese kind of fusion, put it in songs. Do you see yourself in the future doing these kind of things where you reflect at least a little bit of that Arabic heritage in you?
I mean, I like to, right? Like I've been trying to sample like Arabic stuff, that type of thing. I don't know. I think I have something, but it's not released yet. I use like some Arabic words in my songs, the type of stuff I've picked up, like even through my dad, like growing up listening to Arabic music, like, that like these sort of things.
Your family are okay with you rapping? Is that cool?
I think my mom's fine. Like my mom's obviously the complete opposite to my dad, like British, those stuff. My dad's fully Arab.
لازم تطلع دكتور ولازم تطلع مهندس. Yeah.
For sure. But I think as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, making it happen. He's happy when a job pays, that type of stuff. Of course. For sure.
Man, I always say the story, and it sounds more repetitive. Odyssey, the Sudanese American rapper producer?
Who's that?
Odyssey.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
So Odyssey is an amazing guy. So he always tells me the story about how he wanted to do music, but his family was against it. Why? Because they thought that it can get, obviously, money and payments for him. So he started really working hard, and then obviously he started with production. And then he actually showed his dad the first paycheck he got. He's like, oh, this can make you money. Go ahead, my son. So the parents are just worried about you in terms of just insecuring, because we don't have that ecosystem in Arabia over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But an artist...
the first question my dad asked me, maybe my mom will be like, oh, that's cool. You've got a show, whatever, blah, blah, blah. First question my dad asked me is like, are they paid?
You're getting paid.
Yeah.
Man, okay, but just before I let you go, there's this big conversation online right now about artists doing things for free and not for free for a brand, with everything that's going on with COVID-19 right now. What do you think about it? Like, if a big brand kind of reach out to you, do you, like, in your stage right now, and tells you, come perform on our platform, is that something you would do without pay? Or how does that?
I was talking to Danny Neville about this.
Yeah, shout out to Danny. We had a lot of he inspired this conversation. Shout out Danny.
Yeah, I could tell. I think from my head, I can't get over the fact that there are big brands, obviously big brands with big marketing teams with big budgets, who have like the audacity to ask like a small artist to perform for free when they have obviously all the money in the world behind them in terms of what we have. If it's a brand that I wanted to align myself with and it wasn't like a big show which would take a lot of effort from me, maybe I'd be into it if it was a massive audience. But I think I'm sort of offended by the fact that there are big marketing teams from big brands who are asking, smaller artists to do things for free. Because at the same time, they pay everyone there, like everyone on the team is paid, everyone in every shop is paid, cleaners are paid, top of the... It's
interesting. We were having this discussion, and actually, it was really healthy. Danny, AY, myself, we were really, MoFlo, we're having this kind of discussion back and forth, and it's interesting. It is what it is. I remember Danny said in the interview he did with Nadeem, which is amazing on Instagram. He said, the CEO gets paid, the marketing guy gets paid. But again, my kind of counteract for this one is that these guys kind of signed up to work like that. Like, he studied in university for 4 years, 3 years to graduate. He works a 9 to 5, so that's why he's getting paid. I'm not with getting artists to perform for free, but I'm with what you just said right now. If it's a brand, if it's a one-off, it's a very tricky situation, bro, because in terms of like, you want to also be associated with a brand, like, I don't know what to say. Like, one time, I'll be very honest about it. Like, Nike at Jordan brand at Seoul, they asked me to MC, obviously Ray Allen, and that was Ray Allen is one of my favorite players growing up. He's like, I'm of course coming through. They were very generous enough to give me a pair of shoes, but I'm not an artist. I'm not a producer or a DJ. I was just really enjoying my time, and it was a really, really kind of nice gesture for them. I got to meet Ray Allen, spoke to them, took a picture with him, and that was like, sometimes it's more than money, bro. And I want artists to know that, man. I understand it's your creative kind of thing.
That's an outlying experience, that's you meeting one of your idols.
Truth.
You wouldn't ask, I'm saying there's usually in this economy where money buys stuff, you need money to survive. If you're asking someone to do a job for you, in my opinion, it should be a paid job straight away, like 100%. Straight up, you know what I mean? If it's something that they're not making money on, like I'm down to help a friend if he says, "Oh, come on, do this show."
Which I think it's a very you got your head screwed on, like you say. You're 19, you're thinking like that, man. I think it's really cool. Listen, man, I don't want to make this long, but I just wanted to also get to know you, push you, in my own way that I know how. Get inside that mind. Again, you're 19. I just turned 40. There is a 21 age. Kind of age, but I love what you did with Speed. Personally, I connected with Speed. I don't know. It's interesting that you said it's maybe a sound thing in terms of the music, but okay. We said we're dropping an EP. Is it after Ramadan? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, I mean, I have it done. I should just, as you said, I should just put it out, man. Stop sitting on it for sure. And I think I'll drop some of that, clear out some of the backlog, start making new stuff, get it popping. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I keep asking you questions, man. Female rappers, where are they in terms of like even in the UK? I'm talking about rap. Any female that you can kind of shed light on that you listen to right now?
There are people like IMDb. She performed at Seoul like a couple years back.
Yeah.
There are obviously some sick like. I don't know, the females I listen to more like R&B, like singing type of thing. There are a few like dancehall MCs like in the UK, like Stefflon Don, Miss Banks, and people like that. There's a couple in the drill scene.
Are you a fan of Georgia Smith?
Yeah, Jordan Smith for sure. That was a crazy night when you played there, man. That was wild.
That was
one of my favorites.
Do you is Soul DXB on your performing kind of list?
I mean, I'd like to just to say that, you know, that I've done it. I mean, I've DJ'd there twice.
Yeah.
Previously, but to be on the stage like for my own music,
I think it'll be dope. I think it'll be dope.
It's not the biggest event, but it's definitely one that would mean the most to me.
Culturally, I think it's one of the most important.
It
plays a big.
One of my favorites as well, for sure.
Yeah, man.
So hopefully that one day.
Big Sizer, where'd the name come from?
Sizer. I used to, when I was thinking of a name, I used to produce under the name Party Size, right? Like party in size. Big Sizer. It was like an Instagram handle.
Okay.
And it still is. Like I make music under the name Sizer. I think that's where it came from as well. But then people associate it to me like I'm tall, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that type of thing. So I think it kind of fits.
Oh, man. Sizer, thank you so much for your time. I know this was such a short notice. I just hit you up. Like, are you a free man? Like, you're free. Let's go. I want you to tell us your handle right here, man. Where can people follow you on Instagram? Just, and we'll put it right here. Yeah.
It's at Big Sizer, BIGSIZER.
Nice.
Follow it up.
Definitely follow the brother, man. I think, like I said, you know, he's 19, turning 20 soon. He's been dropping really music. Check out Speed. I'm going to put it for you guys. But man, peace and love. Sizer, take care of yourself, man. COVID-19, not COVID-19. Put this mental thing, keep that up and keep it healthy. Keep priding, bro, and keep working, because at the end of the day, talent and authenticity will prevail. That's it. Might be difficult, but will prevail. Bless you, my brother. Bless the family. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.